All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Corey Ballmeister.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And we got Rob in the booth. Say taco salads are the best, Rob.
Taco salads are the best, Rob.
You're smart. They are. Rob will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and Zyburns. Oh, yeah.
They're really not that good.
You're eating healthy, but you're also getting tacos.
It was historically the least healthy thing on Taco Bell's menu was their taco salad.
Well, yeah, you don't go to Taco Bell to eat healthy, man.
But that's still relative to other, sure, you could probably make a healthy taco salad, but most taco salads are covered in sour cream and...
Well... I mean, that just sounds delicious.
You're not discouraging me.
And it's still technically a salad, so that's why I put it in the category of healthy.
It's so loose.
It tricks your mind into thinking it's healthy, but it's also delicious.
Yeah, you're just taking a burrito and putting it on lettuce.
He gets it now. Finally, he gets it. So if you need to make any other comments, concerns, or burns, maybe burning him on his, slow to come around to taco salad, make sure to take out Star City Games. Rob will get his favorite questions sent over to us. We are playing some Kaldheim Standard here, and I just mercilessly destroyed Ross Merriam round 1, in case you missed it, with my beautiful bird serpent, but now I'm switching it up. Red, white, and blue, switching to green and black. Playing the spectrum here. This is a deck from Jerry Thompson. Just a Golgari mid-range deck. Trying to really see if Sorrel Pharrell meter is good. That's the main thing here. Is just trying this out. This is our only new actual card. We get a pathway to improve the mana base.
Definitely important.
Definitely important. All of these pathways that are coming in, these two color combinations have kind of struggled, except the Azorius. Azorius, their mana base was pretty good because there was no straight Azorius deck. They were all Jeskai, they were Esper, and their mana bases were still fine.
Those are also the decks that can handle temples, I think, most effectively. Right?
Yes.
So upgrading from temples to a pathway and untapped land is going to be more important for the other color combinations. Yeah, no, that's totally true. So, but for the two colors, the Rakdoses and the Golgaris of the world, we didn't really see those decks working very well because their mana base is bad. One extra duel, it was pretty interesting. Like, we got a land for those decks, but you lost, Blood Crypt each time, right? We got some land. They didn't get a pathway, but... we got something. I can't.
Yeah. But anyways, this was kind of the push that these couple decks really needed, was the pathway for Rakdos and Golgari. And that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try Jerry's list. Looked pretty cool to me.
Yeah, cool little mid-range deck, removal, creatures. Maybe you can get aggressive Sorrel. Sometimes you're going to want to activate the ability. Yeah,
the prime example of Go Garbage right here. That's for sure, yeah.
And I'm going to be playing a Naya Wynota deck that was featured in an article recently by Ari Lax. And it was him trying to find homes for Magda Brazen Outlaw. So not really, doing anything with the dwarf tribal aspect of this card. It's really just a 2-mana 2/1 that makes a treasure when it attacks. So that treasure is really nice because you can now cast 4-drops on turn 3 with it. Mm-hmm. When you compare it to Captain Lannery Storm, which was a 3-drop that made a treasure immediately when it attacked, and then you kind of had to wait till turn 4 to get a value out of the treasure unless you had a 1-mana play with it.
Yep.
Magda lets you, play it on turn 2, get the treasure on turn 3, have 4 mana up, really accelerate you immediately. So it's sort of like a Paradise Druid in this deck.
Slightly awkward. I mean, it's great with Showdown, but it's slightly awkward with Winota and Bossry's Lieutenant because you want those pre-combat. But, it's still fine.
Yeah. I'm fine playing the Bossry's Lieutenant on turn 3, post-combat, not getting the counter to attack.
Yeah.
Wynota, a little bit more awkward, but it is a non-human for Wynota, so that's nice. It fixes your mana to make sure the mana in the deck has always been a little awkward.
Okay.
It also makes 5 colors of mana for Kenrith, which is why you see this one copy of Darkboar Pathway. So the treasures are really valuable in this deck, and that's the idea. Showdown of the Scalds should also be excellent in this deck. Give you staying power against heavy removal. You have tons of creatures to put counters on, lots of cheap cards. So really like the addition of Showdown as well, even in small numbers. It's 1 main and 1 on the board. Yeah,
even the one match and basically the 1 or 2 games that I played with Showdown, the more and more I recognize that I want to be as proactive as possible and not really be controlling. I already felt a little clunky with it. So, I mean, the more and more I kept thinking over the break, I want to combine it with every green ramp card we have, Gilded Goose, Tangled Florhedron, Lotus Cobra, and Elvish Visionary, and try to make something like that. And, you got some of those elements here with Cobra and stuff. So I expect it to be better in your deck than mine, except I think Yorion is a great card to take advantage of it. So I also want to add Yorion to my deck. Gasp, heard around the audience here. I know. But yeah, I'm really interested in that card, though. I think it is going to be quite the strong player in Standard.
The effect is definitely powerful. It's just a question of finding the right home for it. And as you said, you're leaning towards just more and more aggressive, proactive shells to maximize its potential. And I have to agree.
Yeah. You know what else is pretty powerful, though?
Emrakul.
Emrakul is pretty powerful, but I'm talking about questions from our audience here. They're pretty powerful.
That was my next guess.
Oh, dang it.
Sir Eccles wants to know, have either of you been playing any Pioneer? And if so, what have you liked?
I did play a Pioneer Challenge over the weekend because I was bored, and I decided to just try a Teamer Reclamation deck that I saw from Canister. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll try this. And then for whatever reason, every time I kept going to trade to get the last 6 cards I needed, the bot just kept canceling out of my trade. So I played a Pioneer Challenge with 3 Wilderness Reclamations, 3 Expansion Explosions, 3 Growth Spirals. I was missing an Aether Gust just because I could not physically buy the cards, so I just added in other stuff. I went 0-2 and had a horrible time, but that's the only Pioneer I've played. That was my story over the weekend, y'all. Are you impressed? You can go check out my list. I was hoping to do well and that people were going to copy that list and be like, wow, Corey's really, really innovating right now. And I was going to tell no one, but now that I bombed, it's just funny. So
you were going to send out the Nassif tweet like, you're spewing value by not playing this deck. It's perfect in the meta.
Yeah, deck's sick for the meta right now. Best deck, I wouldn't change a thing and just see what people say.
I have not been playing a lot of Pioneer recently. Just the unfortunate reality of the, arena being the focus of competitive Magic. So when I do play Pioneer, I just stubbornly keep playing Orzhov Humans. Yeah. Which is, still fine, but not great.
Yeah, sure. And you need a working computer to play Pioneer, right?
That is also true.
All right, let's get to the games. Okay, Ross Merriam got destroyed last round by the beautiful Bird Serpent, as one does. That is a nice way to start the Kaldheim preview season. Winning with Yorion. I thought Christmas was last week, but apparently it's still this week.
I guess I'll keep this.
I'll try. It's nothing great, but...
Brinchloff Pathway as well. Innkeeper.
Wow, of course you have an Innkeeper.
To be fair, at this point, when you stop playing Yorion, I'm just going to assume that it's either not in Standard or you've stopped playing Magic altogether.
Well, those two will be linked. So I'm out when Yorion's out. That'll be my retirement right there. All right. I'm just going to go with a Temple. And... does seem like a good enough card. I'm going to keep that on top. Pass to you.
Fatal Passage, attack for 1.
I will take it. 19.
You can go.
Okay. Now, pretty clear that you easily could have some adventure creature here. I don't remember what all they play. It's got to be Love Struck. Oh, you would have played that. You would have Heart's Desire, but still, I'm not going to mess around with that. And pass to you.
Okay, Innkeeper down. And I have a mountain. You're up.
Okay. I like what you're doing. Okay, well, I got my card. New card, let's go.
I have a mountain and a Winota.
Winota Rider, okay.
You're up.
Okay, whenever an opponent controls. So if you sack Fabled Passage and stuff, that's pretty cute. But it doesn't trigger off my Fabled Passages. Bummer. Robbed. I got robbed, Rob. All right, then I'll Blood Chief first with Kicker your Winota Rider. And yeah, hit you for 4.
With 16.
Your go. So your draw is agreeing with you?
Play a Timberground Pathway and a Kenrith.
King Ken. Okay. I will not remove this counter. I will play it like this and play a Gargaroth. Pass to you. Elder Gargaroth. So you can put some counters on this. You can do some nice things. But it is a human, so you're not triggering Winota.
Let's play Branch Lost Pathway.
Okay.
I'll play Heart's Desire and Love Struck Beast.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Okay. So I can remove this and get rid of the Shaheen.
It's or less.
You remove all of them. Exile each other non-land with convert mana cost less than or equal to. Yeah. So that is an option. It's not the worst. Just make sure you can attack. Yeah, sure. Draw. Oh.
And now this it replaces the counter, right? So it doesn't say non-token permanent.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
No, it has to be put in the
Graveyard, yeah.
Tokens,
but technically, tokens do hit the graveyard, and then
the ability exiles.
the ability exiles. Okay,
Perfect.
Yep.
That makes sense. That would probably be too good if it just basically never lost counters. It definitely got my spidey sense signaling. Like, there's no way that's actually how this works.
Yeah, that sounded spice. Okay, I'm going to attack, and I think I'm going to draw a card. And before blockers, since I just drew a good one here, yeah, Murderous Rider, King Ken.
Counter on the Love Struck Beast.
And eliminate that thing. I would have attacked with this too if I'd known I was going to draw the Murderous Rider.
You go to 17, I go to 10.
17 to 10, I got to draw cards. Or wait, I did draw. And then I will play a Field of Ruin, which is kind of cute with this. Pass to you.
Part of the allure.
I like it.
And my cards do nothing.
Yeah, it's sick, because like even if you play Bone Crusher here, upkeep I Field of Ruin, and I can just remove 3 counters and get rid of your Bone Crusher. It doesn't exile itself, does it?
And if I want to play Winota too, I have to sack Fatal Passage, so it'll just get up to 4.
Yeah.
And you'll just have Gargaroth my nothing.
All right, not bad.
I kept Innkeeper, Kenrith, Winota, 4 lands.
Yeah.
With where I could cast everything and just didn't draw anything to do on turns 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Just drew, I think my draws were 3 lands and another Winota.
And similar to last round, I just killed all your things. I pinged all the things, to quote my brother here.
If I'm going to stumble, then, you just 1-for-1ing with removal spells is going to work like gangbusters, and I don't have any way to stop things like Gargaroth, so I've got to either come out ahead of you or find some way to, generate card advantage through that removal. I wasn't able to do either of those things.
Yeah, and the 3-drop looked good. The 3-drop looked pretty strong there so far. I mean...
That just cleaned up extra stuff.
It seemed like it was going to do some things if you weren't dead on the spot to Gargaroth. But, I mean, you just were, so...
Yeah, it's nice that cleans up some of the small things, so you can focus removal spells on like a Love Struck Beast and use that to deal with the Innkeeper.
Yeah, or even if I didn't have the Murderous Rider there, just Love Struck Beast trading with Gargaroth, ticking a counter up on that, and just replaying Gargaroth there, and that's pretty effective. So,
I'll play.
All right, everyone, that's going to do it for game number 1. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with sideboarding between Garbage Midrange and Neo Winota. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Naya Winota and Golgari Midrange. On my side, I've got some nice sources of card advantage in Vivian and Showdown of the Scalds, a couple Selfish Saviors. These are just going to help me get at least 1 turn out of my Winotas, which I think is really important. Mm-hmm. Then an extra Giant Killer to help answer both Seraph and Elder Gargaroth, really important. Cutting our weaker adventure creatures, Rimrock Knight is definitely the first card to get cut. Bone Crusher, also not great. I'm bringing in a Giant Killer, so I'm down 4 total, which is quite a bit, but we're bringing in other sources of card advantage. I'm also trimming a Winota, which is my least reliable source of card advantage, because I don't want to have a bunch of 4s and 5s in my deck, or too many of them, I should say. And I do think Bostri's Lieutenant just being more reliable, and then Kenrith being really powerful as the game goes along, means I'd rather just trim down to 3 Winotas.
Okay, yeah, makes sense to me. I'm going the opposite mentality. I'm adding a bunch of 4 and 5 drops, and I'm taking these pesky 2 drops out of my deck. Agonizing Remorse against a deck that's very redundant, and all your creatures are basically the same. It can be okay to pick a Winota and stuff, but I would rather just actively want to kill stuff and get this piece of garbage out of the deck. I don't really know why that one's in there. It
You
could
put
be
counters
true.
on the Seraph on the end step, and then you get to blow up a bunch of stuff.
That's true. That's true. That is pretty spicy.
That's the idea.
Seems a little bit more cute than anything, but not a bad
That's why
card.
there's
by
only
any
one.
means. Huh?
That's why there's only one.
Yeah, makes sense. But I think Extinction Events against adventure style decks just going to be unreal good. You know, I would just be very curious with this deck. I bet I have a good chance against adventure style aggressive decks. Then I picture being up against Rogues or Esper Doom, and I don't stand a chance, which is usually the recipe to not have a playable deck in Standard. But, you know, we'll test it out. That, you know, some of these Golgari cards could give you some long distance card advantage against some of those decks. So worth trying out for sure. But those would be the matchups I'd be skeptical against.
Yeah. It's also important to not get too tunnel visioned into saying, well, I'm not sure because about this new deck because of, you know, the decks that previously existed.
Yeah.
So you don't know how the metagame is going to shift based on whatever decks emerge.
Exactly. We're going to have so many new cards, and it's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
By the next time we get to do Versus Live into 2021, you know, like Ross said, we do not have a show on Thursday. We should have a lot to play with. You know, we should have a lot more. You know, we'll see. But hopefully.
We should know at this point not to get our hopes too far.
That's true. That's true.
This hand looks great, and I will keep it.
My hand is slightly awkward. Maybe even a little bit more than slightly. I'm gonna keep. It's a little bit of a Corey keep. But...
I will start on the unbeatable turn 1 Shaheen.
Yeah, that's game.
I haven't had a turn 1 yet, so...
Okay. I will go with a Schwamp and pass to you.
Let's get in for 1.
19.
I will play a Boulder Loft Pathway
Okay.
and a Lotus Cobra.
Alrighty.
That's the turn.
Corey, one question we did have from chat. People
Yeah.
were asking about trying a Nissa of Shadowed Burrows in a Golgari deck like this. Do you feel like the effect just isn't powerful enough since the creature doesn't like stick around and you don't have the doubling effect of the old Nissa?
Yeah, I honestly just think that's just not a good card. You know, there's a lot of Planeswalkers that are just bad, and I unfortunately think that's just the case with that one. It seems like it should be good in a Golgari deck, but I just really don't think the power level of that card is good enough. The fact that it doesn't make a threat that stays around makes it just not good enough for me, because then you can just answer the Planeswalker in so many scenarios, and then, you know, that's it. You know, Planeswalkers are good because they leave around some value, or they killed something so that when they die, it's naturally just kind of a 2-for-1 already. That's not the case with that Nissa, so I think it's just too weak.
Yeah, I only see that card really being good in a shell that that is very aggressive, and it's sort of the top end of the curve, where you play your haste creature and your opponent's set up to cast their Wrath the next turn, and you still have a threat on the battlefield.
Yeah, exactly. That's not bad.
But that just doesn't cap it in this current metagame.
I concur.
Okay, I will play a Needle Verge Pathway and a Lovestruck Beast.
Okay.
In for 1.
18.
Pass the turn.
That's a pretty good draw. Pretty good draw. I'll play my new card. Pass to you. Seraph, the Realm Eater. I'm afraid, though. I'm afraid.
Okay. The good news is, because of the intervening if clause, Corey's not going to be able to clear Sheen tokens on his upkeep.
Okay, because the trigger just never comes?
Yeah, it just never even goes on the stack initially.
Okay. Yep, that's definitely true.
So I will... attack you for 5.
I will take it down to 13.
And I will Heart's Desire and Lovestruck Beast again.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Pretty good. So yeah, nothing I can do with Seraph here. Well, that was probably pretty strong. Okay. I will sack this to get a swamp. I will play that card. Get 2 tokens. That was a nice one up the top deck. Wow, that was incredible. Pass to you. I guess I can attack, right? Because it's a 4/4 and you'd have
They're all
a...
4/4s.
No, I'll keep it. Okay, your go. Well, that was nice. Wow. Yeah, that was a nice one. I hope you don't have another 1/1 to be able to attack with these love struck pieces.
How do I win?
Oh, yes.
It was going to be very easy.
Yeah, I was just going to attack with these love struck beasts, and this game was going to be over. Yeah, my other play here of this was not going to be as impressive as this play. So now in my upkeep, I could Field of Ruin something and remove 3 to exile love struck beasts if I want to. It is an option now.
Ross is now wondering why he woke up today.
Yeah.
I'll chop that down and play a giant killer, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good.
Pass the turn.
Okay, you got
Can't chop down the Karavak. because-
No. Okay, that was probably the best possible draw.
I have 2 Bone Crusher Giants in my deck. Need to draw one of them.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. All right, I'm going to play a Pathway. And we'll start with a Vivian. I will tick up and make a 3/3. Well, make a 2/2 with Vigilance. The ever vigilant Todd Anderson. Winota. Okay.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Let's take a peek. Don't mind drawing that one. Don't mind it, but I don't think I truly need it. So let's go with, let's field your Needle Pathway. Didn't know you had mountains.
I mean, I'm a Fable Passage deck.
Yeah, that makes sense. Then I will play a Liliana. Another Planeswalker I thought was unplayable, but it's going to be pretty good here. And we'll negative on Winota. And I'll make another Todd. And we'll do Vigilance again, and I can't really attack, so I'll pass to you. All right, this has Vigilance as well. Don't see one.
Branch Loft Pathway. Pass the turn.
All right. All right. So let's tick up. We each discard. I should probably look here. Oh, I shouldn't have done that with knowing what I have on top. Okay, well, that was a punt. So I'll go like this. I'll play Chevelle. And I'll play Elder Gargaroth. And I will make... Ooh, actually... Yeah, okay, we'll tick down and then we'll Gargaroth. So I'll put this into play. All right, your go. I guess that's why you have a 1 of, huh?
Okay, I'll stomp the Karavak.
Okay. It's on.
Play Edge Rolling Keeper.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. Untap. I will put a death counter on. Let's go with your innkeeper. Draw. Okay. Let's begin.
Tap the Gargaroth.
Okay. So I can't really attack with too much here. Can attack with this, I guess. I'll attack.
19.
Okay. I don't know what's all in my deck. Let's go with Elder Gargaroth. And we'll tick up.
I lose 3.
You lose 3.
16.
And
Yeah, it didn't attack.
He
It
tapped
got
it.
tapped with
Yeah.
Painkiller.
tapped it, yep. Then I will make another 3/3 with Vigilance as well and pass to you. I wish I had another one of these.
Bone Crusher Giant, draw a card.
Okay. We got the beats.
Guess I will play Boulderloft Pathway, Basri's Lieutenant.
Okay.
Put a counter on a Lovestruck Beast.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Untap. Can't put a counter because there's already one. Let's start with Turn Timber Symbios. Top 7. 6, 7. It's just creature, right?
Creature or land, I thought. But
Okay, so we'll put a Scavenging Ooze into play. Give it 3 counters. Take a peek. Let's. I will declare attacks. Well, maybe I want a Vivian first if I'm going to draw cards. Three, 4, 5, 6. We'll attack with these 2 and just make 2 3/3s.
okay, I'll block one of them with the 6/6 Lovestruck Beast.
Okay.
I take 6, go to 10.
Counter on
I get
this.
a 2/2 Knight.
You go to 10. Yep, you get a 2/2. Now we'll take 3.
I'm at 7.
Take up, make another Todd, Vigilance, and pass to you. Going for an Elva Strike next turn.
This doesn't really seem like gold garbage to me.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing this. I exile a lot of tokens.
And that will kill me.
Okay. Had 1 piece of removal on top and a Vivian, so I guess 2 pieces of removal. Well, yeah, I think this story was pretty much told by this card.
Yeah,
But
I
that's
had
a
the
spicy
Winota set
one
up for
of-
next turn. Maybe I should have
Yeah.
just played it instead of the second Lovestruck Beast and
Yeah.
just attacked and gotten 1 trigger.
I mean, if I didn't draw the 1 of, your play was much better, but I just
Yeah.
drew the 1 of, you know? But,
It felt like the 1 trigger probably wasn't going to be worth enough, but
yeah.
certainly would have ended up significantly better.
Yeah, well, that was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet. But kind of what I expected to be pretty solid against adventure-style decks. But, yeah, we got time for a pity game if you're down.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Rob, you got any questions for us from our lovely audience?
Yeah, I had one earlier. Dead Ranger for Life wants to know, y'all ever get sick of playing against each other?
It depends if I'm winning or losing. If I'm losing, you're probably the most infuriating person to play against on the face of the earth. But just because, I think it's only because it's just like, ooh, that was a nice one. And I'm just like, son of a.
As long as the check's clear.
Yeah.
We won't have any problems.
I think that's the only tilting thing is when I'm losing to you and you draw a card where you're wildly ahead and you're like, oh, that was a nice one. That gets me. That sends me to Tilt Town. But to be fair, playing against my brother all the time, there was 1,000 things that he did that tilted me by the end of that. So, all right.
I mean, that's just life with a brother, though, isn't it?
That's true. That's true. You can love your brother as much as you want. He'll still annoy you at some point. That's a fact. I think I'm more of the annoyee in that relationship, but you know what?
Yeah, that's where I am in my relationship with my brother as well.
Yeah, you're the annoyee?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're doing it. We're doing it. Makes sense why we're friends.
I mean, it's just the role of the younger brother.
That's true. That's true. I'm required to...
guess I'll try this. I don't know.
I'll keep.
It's
nothing
not
great.
good.
Mine's not great, but... Yeah, I've never liked the Winota decks. Stanislav Sivka played it at the Pro Tour, and it looked heinous the entire time. It looked so very bad. But, I don't argue with him because he is unbelievably good. All right, I'm going to play this. I'll pass to you.
Magda. Pass the turn.
Okay. I got a pathway, and I'll passway to you.
Attack, you get a treasure.
All right, no, beginning of combat, I'm going to eliminate that.
Of course.
Yep.
Shouldn't have known that I'm not allowed to attack with anything.
Yeah, that was foolish of you.
That was really just not smart.
No, I agree.
Okay, Timbercrown Pathway, go.
All right. Okay, that was a heinous draw, but let's go with a... Oops. That's not how pathways work.
Not for another 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, sure. I will play the green version of the pathway, and I will play a Scavenging Ooze, and I'll pass to you.
Sack Fable Passage.
Okay.
Plains.
Okay. Which 4-drop you got?
Please.
Please.
I have
Something much better?
Edgewell Innkeeper, Giant Killer, draw a card.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
On tap. A draw. I have an Elspeth's Nightmare on this. And an attack for 2.
I'm at 18.
Your go.
Well, might as well get this out of my hand before it gets duressed. So I will play Crackdown Pathway and Shadow Skull that Ooze for 3.
Okay. I was preventing... I'll eat Innkeeper, gain a life. I was trying to play around Stomp the whole time.
Let's get in with the Giant Killer.
21 to even out. So 20 to 18, right?
Yep, you can go.
Okay. What do you got?
I've drawn some good ones, so...
Yeah.
My hand is powerful, at least.
Your hand is indeed powerful. But I have another Gargaroth. All right, your turn.
So you're getting in the metal mood,
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and
Elder Gargaroth is the most metal I get, though, so that's not that metal.
Unsurprisingly, I've drawn 5 non-white sources and a white source, so now I can't play any of them and activate Giant Killer.
Yes.
You say that, Corey, but Gorgoroth is like the name of a very metal band.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, shows what little I know.
Also, aren't I supposed to have non-humans in my deck? Every time I've drawn my Noda, I've just looked at my draw and I'm like, well, I have 5 humans.
Honestly, the decks don't have, that many non-humans these days. Like, at least Stan's deck didn't, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
It's just a 4-mana 4/4 that doesn't do anything.
That sometimes threatens something coming into play. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I've never been a huge fan.
Is casting any of these creatures worth you getting a Gargaroth attack?
That's a good question. That's a good question, Mr. Gargaroth.
I don't think I can sit here and do nothing. So
I don't think so
yeah,
either.
let's play Boss Suzutani and get a counter on it.
Okay. All right. Exile that graveyard of yours right now. I almost don't want that to happen, but whatever. So I think I want to just draw a card with this Guggaruth. Try to get some card advantage. So yeah, I'll attack draw.
And I will go to 12.
Okay. I will crack Fabled Passage. Get a swamp. And I will tap 6 mana. And I will go Elspeth's Nightmare on this. And then ooze, eat the ooze. Or I guess, yeah, I'll eat your creature instead. Gain 1 and pass to you.
You're 21.
All right. Are you having fun? Got him!
That would have been better last turn.
Okay. You get to do some cute things with Kenrith here. Probably going to want to leave a green open, yeah.
That's what I want to do. There we go.
Okay.
Let's put the counter on Kenrith now, so you can't respond with any removal. I'll get a 2/2 when it dies.
Sure.
And then pass the turn.
Okay. All right. Duress you. Well, this isn't excellent by any means. And you do get a 2/2 that can attack back.
Yeah. The awkward thing is if Corey has kill Kenrith attack, I'll have a 2/2 and a 4/5 then. He can just attack, let me block, kill the Kenrith after blockers, and then trample will let him get the damage in anyway. So that's his best way to do things, but he needs an instant for that.
I'm going to attack and draw.
So I've told Corey how to play this turn.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, it's the only block I can make.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, that's good. I will get a 2/2 knight.
I was especially going to do nothing, but luckily my draw was something, so I will
say turn timber?
sack this.
Symbiosis?
No.
I just figured you were going to play a 7-drop because you had 7 mana.
No. Just a 6-drop. I got a Garrick. Just a 6-drop that I top decked. All right, so now what do I want to do? I could just destroy Bossery's Lieutenant and give you another 2/2. Doesn't seem great. I think the Wolf plan just seems quite good right now. So yeah, we'll get the Wolf Pack, and then I'll eat your Kenrith now and make a 4/4. 22?
22 to 12.
Your go. Wolf Pack, Wolf Pack, Wolf Pack, Wolf Pack.
It's +3/+3 and trample, right? Yeah.
Yep. Forever.
You have 2 in him?
2, yep. Both excellent. Winota Rider.
Let's play Winota.
Okay. Are you getting froggy?
Yeah, send both at Garrick, 1 trigger of Winota.
Okay.
I have found an Edgewall Innkeeper.
All right, the beats. Okay, so I'll block this to this, this to this, and this to this.
Don't forget positive.
Oh, these are multicolored wolves, huh?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. Well, that's definitely annoying. In that case, I don't really want to just throw away Scavenging Ooze here. If Garrick was going to die, then that would be a different story. But since it's not, I will block here, and I will block a wolf here, and let this go down to 1.
Knight down, Garrick to 1.
Yep.
Okay, stomp the Garrick.
Okay, fair enough.
I think that's more. I could deal with the Skoos here, which is what is also nice, but I think dealing with the
Seems
Garrick
better.
more important.
Okay, yep, that was punishing. Okay, so get rid of your graveyard. Ooh, that was good. So let's play this. Play Vivian. Let's take a peek. Going to make a 3/3 with, I mean, you don't really have flying. So let's just do vigilance again. And I could attack with my ooze because it is a 6/6. You really don't want to block that too much. You're at 12, right?
Yep.
But I think I'd rather play defense on this board, so I'll pass to you. Actually, I'll eat these tokens while we're at it. I don't want to lose it to something
So you're going to
random.
end at 24.
Yep.
It's like, for some reason in my head I was expecting to draw a Bone Crusher Giant here.
Yeah.
Because I just had that there. I was like, that's what I'm going to play. I just saw a different card.
And you're like, what?
Okay, let's play Bone Crusher and draw a card.
Yep, pretty good.
It's like, if I play Bone Crusher, I basically have no bad draws. Oh, I found one of the two.
Hooray! Hooray!
Okay, pass the turn.
Okay, upkeep. I know the card on top is a Temple of Tea, so instead of teeing off, I am going to sack this Field of Ruin. We'll hit the white pathway. Doesn't matter too much. Just want to shuffle my deck.
It's definitely possible I don't have another planes.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I do not.
Okay,
I see
sweet.
a bunch of mountains
I picked
here,
correctly.
but I'd
I'll
rather
look at
get
my
another
upkeep.
forest.
I will draw this card. I will look. It's not really a card I want on top either. Luckily, I have another field. So now I'm going to hit the red one. And I think I want to just get a forest here. What I really want is a Gargaroth on top so I can down tick Vivian and just destroy you here by getting that pesky 4-drop. Let's see. I guess I don't have another green source. Just didn't want to draw another duress effect on top. So shuffle that away. Maybe I hit a creature. Okay. It's interesting. Definitely interesting. Let's go with 6. All right. Blood Chief Thirst with Kicker, Winota Rider there, I think. And I don't really have any good attacks, so I'll make another Vigilance creature, and I could attack with this. 7/7. Yeah, no, it's not a good trade. Okay, so I'll pass to you.
Okay.
Maybe should have killed Innkeeper, but I'm just hoping to eventually draw a Gargaroth so I can have a sick play, but...
Play Vivian.
Okay.
The Fable Passage, sacrifice it.
Okay.
Yes.
Got to be getting close to being on a lands.
This is the last one.
Okay.
My previous searching, I knew it was a mountain, which is why I tapped the way I did.
Okay, okay.
You have no cards in hand?
No cards.
Okay, what do we got now? Still poor.
Still poor.
I will plus, and yeah, I guess mine will be vigilant too, though we don't have more vigilance.
Nope.
They all the Todds have vigilance.
Forever and for always.
Todd's a smart guy.
Yeah. Very vigilant.
Pass the turn.
All right, I'll eat your Winota.
Yep.
I'll go to 25. I know I got
There's the other one.
Oh, there we go. I know I got a spicy one on top. That's not as spicy.
When you play Vivian, the top of your deck doesn't just turn to lands?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, that's what happens when I do it.
Oh,
That's why I've stopped checking. I already know it's lands.
Oh, makes sense. Makes sense.
See, you haven't had that beaten into you.
I haven't, no. Okay, so now how do we want to pressure Vivian? I think I am going to attack Vivian with just the ooze. Yep.
Any creatures in your graveyard?
I have none. Nope.
Interesting. I will. Yeah. Double block with Bone Crusher and Bastard's Lieutenant. So
Okay.
this is 8 toughness against 7 power. And 8 power as well.
I will.
So if Corey has some way to kill one of these, I'm still going to get the trade.
I will Swift and Bosser's Lieutenant.
Okay, that's fine. So you go to 23, I get a knight.
Yep, you get a knight. This goes on an adventure. Yeah, that dies. I thought it was more important to keep Scavenging Ooze alive than to deal with your Vivian, but I could be wrong. Now I know the top of my deck is bad, so I'm going to -2. I'm going to cast Murderous Rider, search my library. I think I'm going to get Chevelle. Chevelle seems pretty sweet. Okay, we'll get a Chevelle. And pass to you.
Okay, I'm going to need to hit some good ones.
I am scared, though. I might end up regretting that attack.
Let's play Salva Savior.
Okay, good dog.
That's interesting. Let's play Kenrith.
Okay, that is an interesting one.
And I'm just going to plus mine.
Okay.
So this will give me 6 blockers. You have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. So I'm plus 1 gets through. Even if you have a removal spell and 2 get through, that's only going to deal 2.
It's a pretty interesting game.
So yeah, still another Vigilant Todd Anderson.
Okay.
And then I will pass the turn.
All right, I'll eat your 2 creatures and a land.
So you go to 25.
Yep. 25, untap. I will Chevelle on the Selfless Savior.
Yep.
Put a bounty counter on that. Draw. Okay. Now, what can I do to get through this? Because this is quite the annoying battlefield, but I don't really think I have too great of attacks. Besides these 3, I guess, but Kenrith is still able to block, plus you can pump things. That's not great. So I think I'm just going to attack Vivian with this giant ooze.
And that is currently a 9/9.
9/9, yep.
No other creatures in graveyards.
Nope.
So I could take the risk and say, like, put both my Todds and my Knight, pump one of them with the Kenrith, and try to trade for the Skoos. Hope Corey doesn't have a removal spell. Or I could essentially put myself in the Abyss. That said, putting myself in the Abyss is, given my top card, is actually not a bad plan. So I am just going to chump.
Okay. I am going to make another 3/3 and pass to you.
Because my top card,
I'm
I guess
scared.
we might not even cast it if the next cards are really good. Yeah, let's play an Innkeeper off the top.
Okay. Yeah, your Vivian is definitely better than mine, so maybe I made a huge mistake with this Murderous Rider. It's honestly starting to seem like it.
Play a Lovestruck Beast off the top. 2 triggers.
Okay.
I'll draw 1, draw 2. Okay, play Wynota off the top.
Okay. Yeah, that's terrifying.
Do I want to minus Vivian? Is there anything I can get? No, I just want to find Stomp, or not Stomp, Chop Down.
Okay.
That's really the thing. So I don't want to cast the 1/2, so I don't think I need a red. In case I had another Innkeeper, I'll cast it like this.
Okay.
Now I'll plus Vivian.
Okay. This is a slog.
And pass the turn.
Okay.
Want to exile the cards in my...
Nah. All right, let's see what we got on top. That's a decent card. But I don't think it's good enough. I'm going to crack this.
I guess I could have attacked with some Todd Andersons this turn. But
Yeah, and just get a bunch of triggers. I think I'm just dead here. I'm going to look to see what I draw and then probably just concede this for time purposes. Yeah, I got 2 lands. I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm
I
dead.
should have left White open too and played the other self.
Yeah, and even one of the turns when you played Kenrith, you could have negatived and just put Winota into play and then attacked.
But the Wynota isn't that good. I had all humans at that point. I guess.
And all the Todds. You had 2 Todds.
2 Todds.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but anyways, we're kind of behind here, and we have a spicy one here for the last one. I wanted to try a Abzan Doom list with Kaya. We haven't shown off Kaya yet. You know, basically the only planeswalker out of Kaldheim so far, and it doesn't look insanely powerful. But the exile ability could be really good. Once again, pretty good with Yorion as well. So that's what I'm going to be playing.
Awesome, and I'm going to be building around Halavar, God of Battle. So nice little aggressive equipment build.
Love it.
Pretty cool.
All right, don't go anywhere. We will be right back after a short 7-minute break.